Okay, I think we are standing up for the order of fellowship. The Rotary cross will be said by me. For what we have received and for what we are about to receive, may we be truly thankful and ever mindful of the needs of the less privileged. Amen. The loyal toast will be said by Kadimala.
Thank you. This is me, Tiko Kadimala. To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. We are going to the four-way test, read by one of the RCC members.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it the fair? Is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it be build goodwill and better friendships? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you so much. That was from him. Next, we are going to object of Rotary, which will be read by the team leader for RCC, that is Ajaga Innocent.
Thank you so much, all the Rotarians. I'm going to say the object of Rotary. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of one's enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, 1, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. 2, high ethical standard in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Number 3, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. 4th, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was from the RCC team leader. Now we take our seats. Thank you so much. Next updates. Yumbe Rotary Club now has RCC, that is Rotary Community Corps. Rotary Community Corps works together with us. Rotary Community Corps is a group of non-Rotarians who share the commitments and share the commitments through changing the world through providing service projects. Like now we have RCC. The RCC team leader will be giving us updates because we work hand in hand together with the RCC in implementing projects in Atiba. So the RCC team leader will be updating us, will be giving us how the activities in Atiba are going. And from time to time, we shall be having meetings together with the RCC of Yumbe. Since they are now with us, we shall be having meetings together with us, and they'll be updating us on any activity we do in Yumbe. Thank you so much. And secondly, questions and reactions in the house or online with the Rotarians is welcome. Then we shall also have updates from the Sergeant at Arms. Since we have Sergeant at Arms, he will also be updating us on how the meeting has gone. Then finally, we shall close with the final toast. And before wasting time, I'm going to hand the micro to the team leader for RCC, that is Innocent. Ajaga Innocent, I'm sorry for that. So you're most welcome to give us the updates. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, all the Rotarians online and the Rotarians here in the house. I'm really very grateful to be part of this meeting and to be also working together with the president of Yumbe Rotary Club, who has really asked us to work closely with them as RCCs, because for us, we are ready as RCCs of Yumbe. We have just initiated these teams in a way that we work as a team with the Rotarians of Yumbe, wherever they request us to be helped in areas. So all along, we have been right from the beginning, even initiation of Rotary Club of Yumbe, we have been working as together. So this is not new for us as RCCs. So we know all about what achievements the Rotary Club of Yumbe has been doing. So I'm going to update you right from the introduction so that those who are online, who are still new, who need to know much about the Rotary Club of Yumbe will be able to know it right from the beginning. So in brief introduction, when you look at the Rotary Club of Yumbe, this Rotary Club of Yumbe has been initiated by VSLA women groups who have been supporting by the TCP Global. They benefited a lot from the TCP Global Fund. As a result, they felt that they should also help other communities. So through support from other Rotarians from USA, especially the Chris Rosals, who have given us the highlight how we should start this Rotary Club here in Yumbe, since the women groups leaders felt that they should not be only one benefiting from this, they need to also help other communities. So this Rotary Club was initiated in the year 2021 on 7 January by TCP Global VSL women groups, so by TCP Global. So I'm very grateful to tell you that the Rotary Club headed by the president are doing real a great work with impact, especially the activities of Achiba. That includes latrine construction, and then water, malaria eradication, soap making, stroke sanitary pads making, and then microcredit loans. Coming to the latrine construction in Achiba, that has really reduced almost 85% of the areas in the village, because Achiba village is now 100% covered with latrines. The Rotarians constructed 43 latrines installed with the tip taps, where the communities in Achiba can wash their hands after use of the latrines. And the one deep borehole with the support from the Rotarians who have been really supportive to these projects, whereby one deep borehole was drilled in Achiba. As I talk now, the communities in Achiba are really jubilating with support and are really praying for all Rotarians who are supporting, including those every Wednesday attending the meetings, for the wonderful support they've given to them. They didn't realize this in their life. As I talk now, they are drinking clean water throughout in their life. So the next program, which is currently ongoing, is malaria intervention in Achiba. These Rotarians involved the VHTs in Achiba village, and then together with the other Rotarians, they have been trained how to test and treat the communities in Achiba. So they have been working tirelessly to see that all the communities of Achiba are tested and then treated there and then. So as as per now, 564 communities, people are tested, and out of these 564, the total number of the communities of Achiba are 625. So out of this, they have now reached to 564 people tested. Of course, this time the malaria prevalence is very high, not only even in Yumbe, it might be also in other parts of the country, in Uganda. So as a result, only in Achiba, 410 tested positive. So with the percentage of 65. So that means that is now the second phase. When we shall go to end-line survey, it will tell us the impact of malaria eradication in Achiba. As soon as the remaining 65 are finished, then the VHTs together with the Rotarians always come here and oversees the testing and treatments. With that, after testing all the communities, then the drugs are left with the VHTs to continue testing. In case any other person feels maybe shivers, will be tested and then treated there and then. So the drugs are available and procured and already there in Achiba village to arrest the situation there in Achiba village. But I'm sure we can be able to achieve over maybe 75 because of the neighboring villages who might also come in Achiba. So it might be hard to achieve 100%, but with the effort by the Rotarians and the VHTs, we shall be able to achieve that. So after 2 months, there will be another massive test to see the reduction or the impact of malaria test in Achiba. Another area which is carried out by the Rotarians is soap making. With soap making, 30 people got skills. These are women who are already in their businesses, and these 30 people who got the skills are now using the skills to make their own soaps, and then they sell in order to earn more money. This includes the liquid soaps are also included. And then when you come to the micro loans, of course, these are actually run by the Rotarians mainly, because if you look at micro loan, this is a bigger impact. This one has a bigger impact here in Yumbe. Over 1,060 benefited directly from this microcredit loan supported by TCP Global and also other Rotarians who have given their support to support these VSLA women groups. And over 5,000 families benefited indirectly. So those are really great achievements by the Yumbe Rotarians here. And we are going to some of the challenges. Of course, in running project, you expect more challenges also. And due to the construction of maybe it looks something new for the communities because we used Makiga machine to lay the bricks, which is environment friendly. So many villages admired the construction of latrines in Achiba and are also yearning to support them. So that is the challenges the Rotarians are facing. And then we also face some more challenges. That is more villages around Achiba neighboring Achiba still drink open stream, open wells that are really contaminated. Of course, that is now a challenge to all of us as Rotarians to see how the rest of the women, villages can be helped like what we are doing currently here in Achiba. And another challenge we have even seen is the malaria prevalence is really very high. If you look at each neighboring villages are really suffering, and they really needed also the Rotarians to help them. But of course, we could not do that. We needed, as Chiba village, we needed it to be as a piloting before we can expand this program to other villages. So that is one of the challenges also we are facing. And with also soap making, we also have a challenge of high cost of soap making materials and high transport costs. This time, even all over Uganda, the transport costs are very high. And then the same with also sanitary pads. All the materials are expensive, and including the transport costs. And coming to the challenges of microloans, many women groups have shown up for TCP Global support. That is also a little bit because both in the host community and the refugee settlement, whereby the Rotarians felt that they should be part of that. And many of these members who are here as Rotarians have graduated, and they will be awarding with the certificates on 18th of this month, whereby the guest of honor will be Honorable Avako, the MP of Yumbe, women MP of Yumbe. That means if you can look at out of these 11 women groups who have graduated, 9 of them are Rotarians. So all these 9 Rotarians are going to be the mentors to the rest of other groups that are still crawling and that still need some help, how they will reach the way how other Rotarians have reached. So you find there are many women groups still in the refugee settlement and in other host communities. So that is also a challenges we have seen there. And another challenge I've also seen here is that there are some women groups who are now doing very well in doing their businesses, and they really need much more money. Like if you look at the repayment done by other groups who have already qualified, who have graduated, you'll find every month they can repay around 5 million. So this 5 million cannot be enough for someone who need really more than that money to expand more businesses. So that one calls some ideas, both online, what we can do, either to link these women groups to access more funds in banks. That would really help a lot as they are here with us. I'm very sure they will be supportive that they need more money. So such a more money will always be got from Centenary Bank, from Post Bank. You'll even get 10 million and the rest. So we can be able to discuss on that. So let us come up with recommendations. What we think we can do. One is with microloans, and we need to link the women groups to access funds from Centenary banks. That will help them to expand their profits, their businesses even bigger and bigger. And then number 2, lobbying for more funds, of course, to expand the activities to cover other villages in other zones. who are yearning for this support. And then involvement of international Rotary volunteers. You know, these international Rotary volunteers are can really help a lot. As even I talk now, those who we engage online, they are really helping us a lot. What about if they can reach on ground and work together with the Yumbe Rotarians to support the communities? So that is really very great. So we felt that if you can involve international Rotary volunteers to benchmark both in the host and refugees, we would even achieve bigger than currently what we have achieved. So these are some of the recommendations we have come up with this few. I stop by saying that thank you so much for listening to me. So let me hand over to the president to go to the next agenda. Thank you.
Households who all tested positive with malaria. So what all the households tested is that we told them to prepare their places so that you can transfer malaria dependent seedlings to be planted around their compound so that the rest of the villagers, the rest of the community members will now pick from them. That was what we came up with. Thank you so much. With that, I think we are going to the next agenda, that is questions and reactions from the House or on the board. You're welcome, Helen.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to be talking later today with someone who set up a program like 25 years ago to use money in banks in the States to guarantee loans for people who get microloans in other countries. So I think if we can have people in the United States who will guarantee the loans from the VSLA members who want to get loans from Centenary Bank, we can negotiate much better, safer terms and lower interest rates. So I hear you. And I agree that people who have really big businesses need much larger loans than what we can provide. And I'm glad that you're open to working with the banks, but I also heard what you said previously about how dangerous that can be. But I think if we have somebody guaranteeing those loans, that you could, that we can make that work. And the other thing is, if Coca-Cola comes for, do you anticipate any visits from Coca-Cola for any of these award ceremonies? If they do show up for that June 18th graduation ceremony, they had some interest in that. Make them aware that we've applied for funds so that we can expand to add more villages. You know, Coca-Cola is our source of funds for that. So if they come on June 18th, make sure they know that there's lots more people who want loans and that we have a grant request pending. And then if somebody could send me a little more information on the those Rotary the satellite clubs, the Rotary Corps. I'd like to put that information in our grant request.
Okay.
So thank you. That was an excellent report.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for all this what you have just given to the Rotarians here in the house, and those who are, I know that all of these ones are they are microloan leaders, hopefully they will have this idea in them, and then they will open an account in Centenary Bank or Post Bank, so they can be able to access larger loans. So that will be great. And secondly, I would like to take this special appreciation and thanks to the Arua Rotary Club for the real support they have given for Yumbe Rotary Club, where it has now reached. And it has really reached at a bigger expansion where many activities are carried by these Rotarians. And I'm really very appreciative for the support they have given us with the mosquito repellents, and also Rotarians Chris, who has also given us the seedlings of mosquito repellents. And then as I talk now, they are doing so well. And we have decided that these mosquito repellents can be given to the Achiba community. So each household can start planting these mosquito repellents so that we can fight this malaria in all corners, whether it being providing the mosquito repellents and then nets, treat and test. That is how we can be able to fight mosquito repellents. So I appreciate you, Gloria. I hope you are there. Anguzu, you are also there, plus other Rotarians who have been giving their support through online. We are really very appreciative for your support to help the communities who had no life, who had no hope in their lives. But this time I can see special microloans, even though there are those who have not yet got this opportunity, but they still have that hope that in the future they will be supported. So thank you so much for all this support you have given to us. Including Jennifer. I see Jennifer, you are there. You have really done a great work here with the Yumbe Rotarians. Many of them have got skills. They can now make their soaps. So they have increased their business through that skills you have given to them. So really, I have appreciated your effort. Together, we can always make a greater impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to all the Rotarians who contributed and also the donors who showed in. Just like what Jennifer did to us, now shop has become very, very expensive in Yumbe. The women can now make their own shops. They also make money out of that. Thank you so much for the skills you've given us. And I also thank the TCB Global, who also gave us microloans. And living alone, not living alone, TCB Global, and also the supporters, the mothers, like the Arua. Arua has been a mother to us, a mother who sees that a kid has to grow well, a kid has to get each and everything she or he needs. So we are really thankful. We are very happy for Arua team for mothering us, for bringing us from down to a level where Innocent has said it all. So we are grateful for that, especially all the Rotarians and the donors who have given their support to enable to ensure that Yumbe has to be somebody able and do something on their own. Thank you so much. And all the questions, reactions to that is all welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My name is Jamal Swal Jamason, one of the member of IRCC. I so much want to appreciate the effort done by the TCP for the empowerment given for our women in Yumbe district, which has immensely contributed to the development of Yumbe district at large. And there also a people-to-people project. I need to also appreciate the effort of trying much as
it is not all that in a large scale, but we hope things will be all that okay. I want to add my voice on the aspect of introducing in the repellent, which is one of the natural source of how you can be able to eradicate malaria. Despite the efforts being put in other interventions in order to eradicate or eliminate malaria, it was thought wise by the Ministry of Health, one of the meetings that we attended some time back, to introduce in the idea of planting the repellents that can be able to make people absorb the culture, even if the resource may not allow. Of course, as a neighbor, you can be able to share the seedlings among themselves, among yourselves there, which can eventually curtail the high spread of malaria in the community, which is so much immense. I want to appreciate and really acknowledge the fact that it has helped a lot. My concern here is I would like to also know whether it would be possible to consider if such a tremendous opportunities are also extended to some of the village groups, villages that are a little bit nearer, so that they can be able to really absorb the same idea in order to eradicate malaria at the Yumbe district at large, even Uganda also. Thanks so much.
Thank you. We want to extend coverage to as many villages as possible. Would it be okay for Rotarian Gloria to share a little bit about the Rotary International Convention that we attended last week and had the privilege of meeting Praskovia and Gloria in person? And she even hugged me.
Yes, good morning from Bethesda, Maryland. I'm so happy to attend this meeting online with the Yumbe Club. I want to appreciate the work of Yumbe and also the Rotary Community Corps. I wanted to respond quickly on what the last speaker said about the mosquito repellent. There's some echo coming. I think there are two computers on phone nearby, next to each other. So maybe you may have to reduce the volume of one. Yeah, about the mosquito repellent plants, we really want to encourage the multiplication of those mosquito repellent plants. Because at Malaria Partners Uganda, where I'm a board treasurer, we started multiplying the mosquito repellent plants in Arua, in Kuluva Hospital and Moni University. Ministry of Health is not going to encourage that, because there's a lot of politics about malaria and drugs. There are businesses in selling malaria drugs, so they will not accept. I have studied about those politics. I've done international agricultural development and I studied here in the US. There's a lot of politics with the big pharmaceuticals. So they are not going to accept anything like introduce mosquito repellent plants because they know that is going to work against their medication. But I can encourage each of the Rotarians and the community. Those plants are very easy to propagate. If one community has those plants, you just know how to multiply them. Plants like the lemongrass, the citronella, you just need to remove the vegetative parts and multiply them. You don't need a lot of money. So if you can start moving from community to community, household to household, lemongrass, we call it kurfutai. That one is so plenty in Yumbe. Every household can multiply that kurfutai. and even the citronella, you multiply it in a similar way. Those vegetative parts, you just cut and plant in your garden around your home. That is how you propagate and it multiplies. So you start doing it in all the community, and all of you who are seated in this room, you have one of those, at least 4 or 5 mosquito repellent plants in your home, then it will multiply that way. Now about the Rotary International Convention. It was a wonderful convention attended by 11,000 people from all over the world. Over 200 countries were represented. You know, when they do the flag parade, they bring the flag of every country that has attended the convention. And when the Uganda flag came on board, I also had my flag. I covered it and I was waving the Uganda flag in the air and covered it on my back, like the way those Kiprotich, when they win the race, when they win the marathon, they cover their backs. That is how I covered my back with a Uganda flag. I was so proud. Of course, the Rotary International is a big event. You meet all these big people, the Rotary International presidents, the past presidents. I met so many people, my past governors. You know, that convention has not taken place for 2 years. So when people meet, you find a lot of hugs and screaming. And so when we met with Chris, we had come out of a plenary session, and then I saw Chris coming out. We were taking a group photo with the Rotarians of Arua. And there's a friend I met in California, and I introduced her to Rotary. She's now a member of the Rotary Club in Nairobi. So we were taking photos. Then I saw Chris. I was just, Chris, join us. And Prosy didn't know. Prosy had not recognized which Chris I'm screaming about. And it was Chris Rosell. So we took a photograph and we hugged as if we have met each other for many years. It was such a wonderful time. And yet we were meeting personally for the first time. So that is the beauty of Rotary. You meet people, and then later we also ran into Helen and at the booth of the Malaria Partners, and we had a wonderful time. We took photos. We met past district governors and some of the board of the Malaria Partners International. Those are the people who fund the malaria projects that Arua implemented in Kuluva Hospital and the 2 communities in Uvura. So it was a very great reunion. We made new friends. And I was standing at the booth of Malaria Partners where I had flyers about the Uganda project we did, and we sent out, we had made, I think, 2,000 brochures, flyers. Most of them were actually finished. People picked and went with them. So that is the power of lobbying in the Rotary International Convention. So all those people who've taken those flyers about the malaria project in Uganda, I'm sure they'll one day, sooner or later, they'll get in touch and say, we want to do projects. And at the booth, Chris also met with past district governor Ken, who is the chair of the Malaria Partners Uganda. He also met with the incoming governor, Mike Sebalu, and talked about the programs of scale. So, and I think he lobbied we attended a breakout session on malaria where Ken spoke, and there was a representative from the Bill and Melinda Gates, the one who funded a lot of the malaria project. And there was also a lady from World Health Organization from Papua New Guinea. And all those people, I saw Chris was speaking to them, and I think he has bought them in to buy the idea of doing a bigger project under the programs of scale. And so many people, I think they are interested and they want to see, because the biggest pilot project of programs of scale was done in Zambia. And even the RI president spoke about it during one of the sessions. So I think that will now be an example. We shared the same booth with a Zambian group. So that way, I think going to Uganda will be a good entry point into another African country other than Zambia. So we are trying to do all that lobbying to see that we can buy in more international partners to work with us and to put together resources for implementing the programs of scale in the West Nile region. And of course, the clubs in West Nile, Arua, Eco City, and Yumbe. So that is something which we can do. And then another good news I want to share with you is that after the convention, I went to the Rotary Club of Space Center in Houston. That is the club which funded the Ruva Water Sanitation Project in Arua in Pajulu Sub-County. I spoke at that Rotary meeting. There are 88 members in that club. It's a lunchtime meeting, so I had a very brief presentation, but I had already we are running the pictures of the Ruva project on the screen. So the Rotarians were very impressed. They said they have been doing a number of projects, but the Ruva project in Arua is the third project that has ever got completed. The other people, they gave money, they never implemented the project, they never reported back. So they were very impressed. And the club president told me, he said, Gloria, if you need any partners to support the programs of scale, the Space Center Rotary Club is one of those you can count on. And they have influence because the Rotary Club in Space Center funded the Ruva project. We had a global grant of $49,000 US, and they were funded by Seabrook, Marble Falls, and the Space Center. So, and now some of those clubs have broken into another district, and some of the Rotarians who were on the international committee have now joined other Rotary clubs, but still they can buy in those Rotarians and raise that funding. So they have asked us to make a presentation to them about what we want to do with the programs of scale. And yesterday I sent a text message through Chris and said he should prepare a presentation where maybe by end of this month, June, they are going to ask us to do a virtual presentation to the board of the Rotary Club of Space Center. And we give a presentation to the board, and then they can buy in and sell the idea to other Rotary clubs or to their own club. So that was a beautiful update I have from the Rotary International Convention. It's good to go to a Rotary International Convention. You meet so many people, you make friends, and you can really sell your project ideas. The next Rotary International Convention is going to be in Melbourne, in Australia, and I have already registered to attend that next year. Rotary gives you an opportunity to travel. So maybe even one of you can start saving and travel to Australia. We go to Australia next year and talk about the Yumbe Club. Thank you so much.
And I muted Rukia's cell phone. You've unmuted it. Good.
Yeah.
If
That's nice hearing from.
If I may mention briefly, there are a number of opportunities that we can use to further help. There's a program called Restoring Vision. It doesn't show, but Restoring Vision, which is a Rotary program, and they ship eyeglasses like these for 50 cents each for people who have problems seeing things close up. They won't give the distance vision glasses unless you have a optometrist, an eye specialist to give them. So that's one thing, and that I believe I sent the information on that. And then the other is Malaria Partners Uganda has small grants of $5,000 each for clubs that are doing malaria projects. And I don't know whether you qualify or not, but $5,000 would sure help do more malaria projects, buy more long-lasting insecticide treated nets, et cetera. So these are little opportunities that I've shared with you in the event that you want to request more opportunities for the people of Yumbe. That's all I have. Thank you. Oh, let me say that the chair of Malaria Partners Uganda, one up from Gloria, Kenneth Mugisha, said that he wants to join our program, our planning program, in another week and a half for the program of scale. And I also invited the manager for the malaria program in Uganda, Abdallah, I don't know his last name. And then Rotary District Governor Mike Sabalu, whom Gloria mentioned, has said that he wants to get to Yumbe and see he's heard so much of the Yumbe Club, so he wants to get there as soon as he's installed as governor, and that will be July 1st, I think.
Yes.
Thank you. And Gloria has something to say.
Yes, I want to echo what Chris has said. The Malaria Partners grant is $5,000, but the Bill and Melinda Gates also matches it with $5,000. So if you write a proposal and apply to the Malaria Partners Uganda, you will eventually get $10,000. So that is the grant, and it's first come, first served basis. So it needs to be a good application, and I sit on the committee that approves. so that will make it easy. You can apply for it and you'll be able to get it. I think with the backing and what Arua Club has done, you will really be approved. You will be given that grant. Also, if you look at the incidence of malaria, if you look at the end of May report from Ministry of Health, Yumbe is now among the high incidence locations. And also, I think because of the refugee population in the district. So you will really qualify because we want to give the grant to those areas of high incidence. So if you put up a global a request for a malaria grant, you'll definitely be approved. The Malaria Partners International were the ones handling that grant, but they say now it's too much work for them following up and supervising, and they are going to delegate the Malaria Partners Uganda to do the follow-up for them. So I'm sure you will qualify. And the work that Yumbe Club has done, we've made a lot of noise about it. So all the people in the district hierarchy, they know about Yumbe. That is why they want to go and see for themselves. Yeah. And continue to do that work. And the district governor has also promised that at the beginning of the Rotary year, they will go and do the charter of the club. But officially you are chartered. The date in April, when you got that certificate from Rotary International, that's your charter date. So you're officially chartered. The other functions are just ceremonial. And you can see that's why I've now changed the name of the group to Rotary Club of Yumbe.
Yes, yeah. Thank you so much, Gloria. We are really appreciative for all what you have just told us now. We are really very appreciative for that. I just need to ask, how can we access this application? because these are some opportunities that can help upcoming Rotary Club like Yumbe. So how do we access this application?
I'm going to share it with you via email. There's an updated version of the application. So I'm going to share it with you. We just recruited a new program manager called Abdallah Kayongo. And the one Chris says he's going to invite to the next meetings of the programs of scale. So if I think Abdallah has already taken office on 1st of June. So he's already in office. I'm going to share information with him and he can give me the updated version of the application form, of the grant application form. Then I can share it with you.
That is great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gloria, for the wonderful updates. I think we shall look forward into receiving that format.
And Rukia, can Helene say something?
I was here.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so in my work career, I was a grant writer. So if you need any help in writing that grant, filling out that form to apply for that 10,000, I'll be happy to work with you on that. And the other thing is, if we had $10,000, you could test a lot of villages, but has Christine and her crew trained other people, like of the Rotary Corps, perhaps, to know how to do the testing and treatment? Have they trained others to do what your group is doing?
Yeah, I think when we take the next village, we are going to train the RCC. Things are working hand in hand with them. We're also going to train them when we're taking like a next village, that's Alepi, after finishing with the Achiba.
Okay, excellent.
Can I say something here? Can I say something on
yes,
the
please.
should be trained? You have to identify village health teams because the malaria is a focus of the Ministry of Health. So I don't know if there are village health teams there in those.
Yeah, they are there.
Yes, so those are the priority to be trained because eventually all the work that they do, the tests, the treatment, the people they are screening, all that report, there has to be a register which goes to the district health office. So all the village health teams in the areas must be involved in that training so that it's a partnership with Ministry of Health. It should not be a parallel thing.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think when they are training the Rotarians, there are 4 VHTs from Achiba who are trained.
Is that one village? Is Achiba one village?
Yeah, that's one village. Yeah, okay. One village.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every village that you enter in, you must make sure you bring the VHTs on board.
Yeah. Okay, please. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And what is the average size of a village in Yumbe? Because I need that for the grant that we're writing too.
Yes, I think Nicolette need to update us. I'd send him to the district focal person. He can update us with even population, the number of villages, and then the average number of population in each village. Thank you.
Thanks.
You can use the population, the data from the population from the Uganda Bureau of Statistics. So the district planner must be having that information for Yumbe.
Yeah,
yes,
it here.
You can also get it online.
It's here, yeah.
Yeah, I think this afternoon I was with the district planner because we are planning a certain project which needs the population and the other data from the district. The total population of Yumbe is 736,400. Then administrative units are 26, whereby there are 19 sub-counties and 7 town councils, 202 parishes and wards. we have 1,224 villages and cells. And that one, the population is not including the one for the refugees. We have for refugees 245,300. So this is current updated projection of 222 from the office of Yumbe District Local Government. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Maybe that can be posted on the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, okay. We
Yeah.
can post.
Thank you so much. I think we're going to the next. That will now be update from Sergeant at Arm.
Thank you so much. We started the meeting so well, where we never registered the more cases of the disruptions. Unnecessary movements were limited, minimized, unless it is a nature. And I also received one apology from one of the members that was not feeling okay. That was presented, otherwise everything was okay. Thank you so much. I also want to thank for the members for maintaining that.
Thank you so much. That was update from Sergeant at Arm. I think we are going for the final toast. I really want to thank all the members who showed concern and who attended the meeting, both on the net and in the house. Thank you so much. May God bless you all. We are standing up for the final toast. Final toast will be said by Chantel.
Well, now for final toast, I give you Rotary International.
Rotary World Over.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank you so much, President Rukia and Rotary Club of Yumbe and all participants. I'll close the link now if that's good.
Thank you for thanking. And thank you, Chris. Thank you, Helen. Thank you. Thank you, Gloria, and thank you all the members, the Rotarians who are on the online,
There's Jennifer and Melissa.
Jennifer and Melissa, all, I thank them all.
Yes.
And thank you to the Rotary Club of Yumbe for being so inspirational. You guys rock.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Have a nice time.
Bye.
Yes. Okay.